Welcome to the Logic Videos. I'm Scott Aiken. You're you. Today, talking about conjunction and unless. Translating natural language into propositional logic. Going to be looking at complex subjects, complex predicates, and then unless claims. So let's start with conjunctions with a complex predicate. Swathi plays basketball and soccer. Okay, so we've got Swathi, and so again, the thought behind all truth functionally complex propositions is that they're really kind of two pictures of two facts. Swathi playing basketball, Swathi playing soccer, and then they kind of get put together in that conjunction. So we'll have B standing for Swathi playing basketball, S for Swathi playing soccer, and we'll have B and S. Okay, no problem. So that's a complex predicate. Let's look at complex subjects. Vihan and Neela are soccer stars. That's again a case where instead of the predicate, the thing that we're saying of the subjects being complex, having two of them, and then we said a set of one thing. In this case, we've got two things and we're saying the same thing of it. So complex subjects, or a complex subject, and a singular predicate. So Vihan and Neela are soccer stars. So here's Vihan being a soccer star. Here's Neela being a soccer star. And notice, by the way, that you can do exactly the same thing with disjunction. We could say something like Vihan or Neela is a soccer star. Or we could say Swathi plays basketball or soccer. Okay, so importantly, we can see that those complex subjects and complex predicates can come themselves as conjunctive or disjunctive. Okay, how about this one? Alvino is rich, but's short. Okay, now, I don't see any ands in there. Well, think about this semantically, right? Think about, again, the condition with semantics is that we are looking at the question of what makes this true and what makes this false. So if I say Alvino is rich but short, if he's not rich, I've said something false. If he's not short, I've said something false. If he's neither rich nor short, I've said something false. The only way in which it's going to be true that Alvino is rich but short is that if he's both. Now, we just did that, and it turns out that that is the truth conditions and the truth function of conjunction. So, semantically, and but function exactly the same. They are both conjunctions. Let's represent it and then kind of think our way into this thought. So Alvino is rich but short. That's a complex predicate. And the way to think your way into this is to say, well, look, the truth functions are conjunctive. The difference between and but is not the truth functional features, but other expressive features. Effectively, what you're saying is Alvino is rich and short, and I don't like that second part, right? And notice, by the way, that we've got a lot of other words that put phrases together that effectively function as conjunctions, but they have extra expressive stuff. So, but and however work like regretful conjunctions. We can sort of like go wah, wah, or what happened? Whereas and moreover, on top of that, are all conjunctions that you might say, especially with moreover, are more like, I can't wait to tell you about the next conjunct. So that expressive function of our connectives is what's called color. It adds no semantic content, doesn't make it true, false, or what have you. It adds expressive content that you put your special stank on it. That you effectively editorialize on the truth of those sorts of things. Doesn't take away from or add to the truth of them. It's more you take your attitude about those truths. And that's a meaning, but a meaning that's not semantic meaning. That's in a kind of a pragmatic meaning that you're kind of going yay or boo or what have you. And other folks can coordinate with that, but that's not relevant to the truth or falsity of what you said. So, and, but, moreover, however, although, all conjunctions. They've all got the same truth functional features. Okay, last thing, unless. So, a familiar phenomenon for anyone who's a college student, you don't graduate unless you take a writing course. That's how philosophy departments, that's how we pay the bills. Now, the crucial thing is for us to be able to represent that. So it's clearly a truth function. It's clearly they're related, and there's a truth functionally kind of connective-y, logic-y kind of thing between these two things. There's not graduating, so let's represent that. There's not graduate. And then there's you taking a writing course. Now, everything else that we sort of think about with regards to unless clauses, what I would like for you to do is think the following. Think of it as a vel. Think about it as a disjunction. So, to be able to think your way into this, what I'd like for you to do is think about how it functions inferentially for us. Let's imagine you don't take that W course. What happens? Well, you don't take that W course. Recall how disjunctions work. You negate either of the two disjuncts, you get the other one. So you don't take the W course, what follows? Don't graduate. Let's imagine that I see you graduating, right? That's the negation of you not graduating. So you don't graduate. There you are graduating, so that side of the disjunct is gone. What follows? You took the writing class. The best way and the least complicated way, because all you do is you take that unless and you read it as an or. And once we see it this way, we see the truth functional relations, and you don't have to do any extra work or computation to translate it, and it still retains the same truth functional features. And as a consequence, all the things that we would do inferentially with it are still represented. Next time, we'll be talking about how to translate conditionals.